I put a post up the other day on Instagram that I thought was kind of put things in perspective about some of the top cryptos. So let's go over to some of the top cryptos, their performance since Donald Trump was elected on November 5th. So it's only been a couple of weeks. But since November 5th, Bitcoin is up 30%, Ethereum is up 37%, Solana is up 34%, Dogecoin is up 57%, XRP is up 102%, and XLM is up 435%. And there's a few others like 88 and stuff like that. But okay, I will say this because this is the third time that I've actually seen this happen. In 2017, there was a crypto craze. And then during the pandemic, there was a crypto craze.
For sure.
And then now there's a crypto craze, right? So history is not an indicator of what is guaranteed to happen in the future, but it is a good fair warning, right?
Yeah, it gives you understanding.
So if history is any fair warning, the coin, look at the chart. Let's do an end classic assignment here, everybody. If you could pull up your charts, look at XLM's lifetime chart. And then look at XRP's lifetime chart. And then look at Dogecoin's lifetime chart. Then look at Solana's lifetime chart. Then look at Ethereum's lifetime chart. And then look at Bitcoin's lifetime chart. If you look at these charts, you noticed a few things. XLM, XRP, Dogecoin, and Solana have similar type of charts where they kind of look like this. They still haven't hit the high that they previously have, but in the grand scheme of since they've been out around, I think a lot of them came out like 2017, 2016. They've kind of moved up very high, then they've moved down, they consolidated, then they moved up, then they moved down.
Peaks and valleys.
They have not. It's not a chart that shows long-term growth. That's true with all of them. Ethereum is a little different. Ethereum has like a hybrid where it does go up, it does peak, but then it has come down, and it still has not hit its all-time high from where it was previously. The only chart that looks like something that is going up consistently has been Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is going up and down, but if you look at it, it's the only chart that has consistently hit new highs and has gone upward trajectory. So I say that to say, I'm not saying that you can't make money in altcoins, because obviously a lot of people are. But just be mindful that traditionally none of these have a proven track record of upward mobility long term. None of them. They've all gone up, came down, gone up, came down, and they still haven't reached their all-time high for where they previously was. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't have a future in exploding, but Bitcoin already has proven that.
Yep.
Right. So sometimes in life you have to go with the proven player. Now, Solana, obviously, Mike Novogratz talked about that. He's a billionaire, so you got to look at that. And then Ethereum has always been, the second favorite for a lot of different people. So that's there. XRP always had a lot of potential as far as its corporate relationships and the way that it was structured, very centralized coin and a lot of favor within the financial institutions, a lot of financial world. So you got to look at that as well. But what I'm saying is this. Don't fall into just putting money into any altcoin just because you want to just make money in the moment. That's fine. But understand a trade and an investment are different. So if you want to make money quickly, or if you want to make money, don't just think that every single altcoin is going to make you a billionaire just by putting your life savings in that because it's a cheap opportunity to just ride the wave. This has happened already. This history has already given us two different instances where altcoins have gone up and they've come back down, and they've never gone up higher than what they previously was. So it's a word of caution.
Absolutely.
Sure, because defense wins fights, and sometimes you get in late to the party, or you just ride a wave based off of what's happening on social media, and you could lose a lot of money like that.
And also too, we have to. When I was banging this horse or banging the table about this, banging a horse is funny.
That's crazy.
Animal cruelty, PETA, well, no problems.
No activists, please.
But until the institutional money comes in for some of these other players, they're going to remain flat as well. I was talking about this endlessly. I thought the purpose of crypto was to be decentralized, and now it seems like most coins want institutional money so that they can drive the value of the coin up. Number two, the price at which you pay for an asset always matters. I remember when a person told me many moons ago, it doesn't matter where you buy this asset, it's always going to go up. I'm like, that's a no investing rule book ever. So if you're buying at the top, even with Doge, I put on Twitter a couple years ago, 11 cent, 13 cent. Like, once you master where to buy something, doesn't matter what it is, you're always going to be able to produce alpha or build equity into a position. But if you're just gambling because you saw it on Twitter or Discord, you are going to be in a lot of trouble. So please be very, very, very careful. And every morning now, I'm waking up, I'm like, damn, Bitcoin ain't crossed 100 yet. I think it's a psychological level that's really important.
Yeah.
And we have not pierced through that level yet. So,
yeah, we've seen this, like you said, we've seen it happen. I think the thing people need to realize is that this entire market moves when Bitcoin moves. And so Bitcoin has a catalyst. When you look at it in terms of as the hedge to inflation, right? That's what they'll say, that this is the catalyst.
yeah.
But the other ones, the altcoins, there is no catalyst, right? There is no thing that's going to say, all right, we're now going to move it. Even when you hear other companies, like when Stellar, when we were talking about IBM and its role inside of the Stellar Lumens economy, it was like, okay, that's cool, but that didn't really move it. And so you got to watch how Bitcoin moves, and then you'll start to see the entire sector, right? When we're talking about cryptocurrency as a sector, we'll see that move. But
Bitcoin for altcoins, yeah.
Right. And then when you look at its dominance, obviously that tells a whole another story. But we've seen it after halving, right? We see the percentages run up inside of Bitcoin. And so we saw halving happen earlier this year. We saw the percentage gain. Every time there's halving, every 4 years, we spoke about this, follow the track record of when it halves and the increase in the amount of price movement when it comes to Bitcoin after halving. We see the market. What we see is toward the first quarter of the year after that, we're going to see pullbacks. Historically, you've seen pullbacks, you've seen pullbacks. And so, like you said, you don't want to, it's the same rules apply, right? We don't want to invest in things when they're at the all-time high. But the problem is Bitcoin has higher highs and it has higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows, right? So like, what does that mean? We get to 99,000, it might pull back, it might drop down to 70, right? When it comes back up, it'll climb back past over 100,000, which will be that psychological barrier. And then we will probably see, like Mike Novogratz said, we're going to see a run coming after that. The problem is with the other altcoins, they have these highs and then they have lower lows and lower lows, right? And then they never get back, kind of what you explained, never back to that all-time high. So just be mindful of that, of how this space works before you just invest. I know it sounds cool, and yes, there's opportunity to make money, and yes, people have made a lot of money and a lot of millionaires have been made, but just be mindful, right? Everybody needs to have a plan before they invest in a space. That's one of those rules. Make sure you understand the space before you invest in it, right? And this is one of those ones that's very volatile, and if you don't know, it could be very costly.